Aan die voet van die Winterhoekberge lê die bekoorlike Porterville, die gasheer vir die 9de agtereenvolgende Bulfees en ook die hoërskool Porterville se 150 jaar vieringe wat in 2020 plaasvind. Andries Strauss saam met my in die ateljee, geskiedkundige naweek vir Porterville en die tafel gedek vir die hoofdis van hierdie rugby naweek, die hoërskool Monument van Kreersdorp, oftewel ook bekend as die Witbulle. Hulle kom te staan teen die Hoërjongenskool Paarl en Andries tafel gedek vir groot skole rugby.
Yes, we've had a great weekend in a very scenic Porterville. We've seen a lot of excellent rugby, great skills executed on the field, and culminating in this massive clash between two powerhouses of South African schools rugby.
Ons al kyk na die Paarl Boishaai beginspan Abraham Reineke van Blommestein en Lombard, die vaste drie. Kutsele Roon Romano Fourie, die slotpaar, Visser Ribbons, Hannekom, die los trio, en ook 'n baie gevaarlike agterlyn wat name insluit soos Keen Leroux, Kompion van Ludwig, Hakim Kone en die kyk gerus uit vir hom, baie vaart in die nommer 13 try, Sebastian Boshoff in die nommer 12 try, Ethan Isaacs en Keegan Smith die vleuels. As ons ook al kyk na Monument se beginspan, Jan Hendrik Bessinger, Bekes en Poolman, kyk gerus uit vir Heiko Poolman, Wander Hoeksman, De Pre die slotpaar, Mouton Durant, Ethan Snyman die los trio, Franco Hellet Armand van Noordwyk in die loskakel try, Ruben Barnard, Marco Botha die kaptein van die span, en dan Waldo van der Berg en Herschel Goodman en Luan van der Walt wat die agterste drie ook afsluit. Andries 6 wedstryde reeds tussen hierdie twee skole plaasgevind. Baie interessant is dat Monnas van Kreersdorp nog nooit die oorhand oor Boishaai in 'n eerste span wedstryd kon kry nie. Natuurlik verlede jaar hierdie twee spanne by Noord-Suid ook kragtig gemeet en Paarl Boishaai wat in die laaste sekondes van daardie wedstryd oorgegaan het om Monnas te klop met 34 punte teenoor 31 en Pieter Engeldou, direkteur van rugby van Boishaai, sal dit wel herhaal vandag.
Yeah, both these teams are powerhouses in South African schools where rugby. They've got great histories respectively. Very interesting that Monnas have never managed to beat Paarl Boishaai, and today certainly they will feel that they'll have an opportunity to do that. Yes, it's a great weekend, culminating split, and this is a fitting end to what has been a great weekend in Porterville.
Of course, quite a young Boishaai side with 7 grade 11s in this first side. So 7 guys playing their first full game for the Boishaai first 15. They did play in the Newlands Rugby Day and beat Rondebosch by 15 points to 5. So obviously no mucks on the field, but quite a young side. And Monnas will definitely feel that they're in with a chance here in Porterville. Armand van Noordwyk, 'n loskakel van Monnas wat sake aan die gang kry. En baie goed is dit uit die lug uit geneem deur 'n Luca Ribbons, seun van voormalige Bloubol flank Pierre Ribbons. En 'n eerste kontak in die middelveld is kliphard en niks minder verwag nie. Kompion van Ludwig, hy gebruik hy regtervoet met die Jerry Owen. En so byna teruggewen deur Boishaai in die lug, maar dit is tog heel agter Luan van der Walt wat skitterende werk doen vir Monnas. Eerste keer wat Monnas bal besit het in die regtervleuel van Monnas. Herschel Goodman wat voet ingelê het daar, maar Boishaai dadelik terug in besit. Gebruik die steelkantjie en dan groot lakwerk gedoen daar op Abraham Reineke, die loskop voorryman van Ludwig. Hy versprei die bal en dan is so 'n jakkalsdraai gemaak daar deur Jared Rees. Hy word egter goed vasgevat deur 'n vaskop voorryman Heiko Poolman. Boishaai met al die besit in die begin. Luca Ribbons, groot kontak weer eens en teruggedryf is Luca Ribbons. Hy gaan daai ene nie vinnig vergeet nie. Keen Leroux wat die bal uitwerk daar vir Boishaai. Baie besit aan die begin van die wedstryd. En die skeieregter wat sê nee, die verdediger het nie weggerol daar nie. Skeieregters natuurlik baie streng. Andries, hulle wil graag hierdie wedstryd moet vloei.
Yes, and we've had a fantastic start to this game, and it's just the testament of what's to come. Both these teams extremely physical, extremely well coached, well drilled sides, and the start of the season they've got everything to prove. Heiko Poolman, he's had a couple of influences, and his opposite numbers, Sebastian Lombard, between the two of them, probably in the top 3-4 best tight heads in the country this year in their age group.
Yeah, Sebastian Lombard, the tight head prop of Boishaai. The only survivor from last year's side, the only starting player in the first 15 of last year, Sebastian Lombard, like we said, quite a new and young, fresh-faced Boishaai side. And Peter Engeldou will be looking for a lot of his charges in their first outing. Of course, both of these two schools also racked up quite a few Springboks. And the 2019 World Cup, Paarl Boishai's very own Frans Malherbe anchored this scrum for the Springboks. And of course is now a World Cup winner as well. ex-Springbok captain Corne Krieger, also an old boy of Boishaai, and they have produced many Springboks over the years, as Kompian von Ludwig finds a safe touch and gets his boys back onto the attack.
A tidy start by this side by Boishaai, good defensively, had the ball in hand, but they felt the contact. That's important for them to get that first contact behind your back, and then you can get going into this game in a fantastic field position.
Rowan van Bloemenstein, son of Dion van Bloemenstein, SA's rugby referee manager, finds a great line-out option at the back. Von Ludwig, he steps to the right, goes on his own. Well met in defense by Monnas, and Monnas hitting that ruck hard, counter-rucking to good effect. Now it's taken up by Abraham Reineke once again. Strong carry by the loose head, but very well defended by the loose forwards of Monnas, and he's kept in the air. Has the referee called a maul yet? Says, yeah, he has called a maul. He says, use it once. Boys are still going forward with this ball, but if this ball doesn't come out, it'll be great defense on the side of Monument Hoërskool. And it is that, and a mental victory early in the game for the pack of forwards of Monnas.
And you can see they charged up, and great appreciation of the law. A good first up hit on Abraham Reineke, kept on his feet, and then Reinhard Maton came in. Strong young individual he is, extremely hard working, great player is Reinhard Maton, and the presence of mind to keep him up to force a turnover. Jan Hendrik Bessinger on the loose head side for the Monument side. Only joined the school in the middle of last year. It's only his second year at Monnas, playing in the first team.
Always interesting to see the first scrum in a rugby match, and this will be no different. Paarl Boishaai, over the years known for their scrummaging power. Of course, had the legendary Richard Versace as a coach, scrum doctor for many a year. He has since thrown his weight behind Paarl Boys Primary, as see Franco Hallett just giving his fly off some ball there. Right, and you can also engage with us on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. Follow us live at School Sports Live and engage with us. Give us your thoughts on this epic encounter here in Porterville and the lovely serene settings of the Windhoek Mountains. Franco Hallett, scrum off of Monnas. He feeds his fly off and inside centre with a little tap forward by Marco Botha, the captain, and a great bounce. And he has some space, and he has pace. He's got wheels to burn. And the first point of the match belongs to Luan van der Walt. Over for the first 5-pointer under his great vision shown by Marco Botha, the captain.
Great start this is for Monument. This is exactly what they would have wanted. A bit of momentum on their side. Good first scrum into the hands of the captain. A little chip kick over the top. A favourable bounce, you must say, and then Luan van der Walt, wheels to burn, over for the first 5-pointer.
Marco Botha showing great vision with that little chip. Bounced perfectly into the hands of van der Walt, and he just shimmies his way onto the outside of his opponent, and then there was just absolutely no stopping him. That guy's got rockets in the legs, Andries.
Certainly does have a lot of pace, and this Boishaai backline is no slouch themselves. Like we mentioned, Keegan Smith, Hakeem Kunene, both those players extremely quick, and Luan van der Walt managing to outsprint them, get over for the 5-pointer, and this will settle the nerves.
Franco Hallett, 'n skrimskakel van Monument se eerste span wat gaan kyk of hy die vir 5 skop deur die paal kan jaag. En 'n droom begin vir Monnas vroeg in hierdie wedstryd. Hallett bekruip die Gilbert, tref met die regtervoet. Ja, 'n suiwer en hoog tussen die paal deur. Droom begin vir die span van Kreersdorp. En Andries se deeglike toets sommer vroeg in die wedstryd vir die jong Boishaai span.
It will be a challenge for them, but they'll be up for the challenge. This team, they know how to fight for victories. They come from a strong rugby tradition, strong culture, and they'll be used to something like this and know exactly how to handle it.
Gert van der Walt, afrigter van Monument se eerste span, vroeër ook afrigter van Garsfontein se eerste span, sal baie tevrede voel met daardie begin. Von Ludwig wat sake weer aan die gang gekry het en dadelik omgekeerde besit van die afskop. En die skeieregter wat sê ja, op die voete bly daar Monnas en Monnas wat van hulle voete afgaan by die afbreekpunt en dadelik 'n gulde geleentheid vir Boishaai om terug te slaan.
And you just mentioned Charles van der Walt, the head coach of Monnas. He'd be disappointed with that. They scored a great try, and the last thing you want to do is to give the opposition position in your own 22 meters is just after scoring points. Important here for fight the battle, win these small battles. You know, these parts of the games are very important for you to come out victorious, build the momentum, you get that morale boost.
Van Blommestein, wie gaan hy vind in die lyn staan? Nee, is afgeneem deur Monnas, maar dan tog terug in die hande van die Jeinse van Blommestein wat besit terugwen. Monnas wat weer hard ingaan by daardie afbreekpunte, maar weer eens voordeel wat gespeel word deur die skeieregter aan Boishaai. Hulle sal wil terugslaan vroeg in hierdie wedstryd. Dit lyk of hulle daaroor is, maar die skeieregter in baie goeie posisie. En hy besit, nee, die bal is in die lug gehou, maar Boishaai die is stewig op die aanval. En goeie werk verrig deur die haker van Blommestein.
Another penalty going the way of Boishaai, and I'm sure that Von Ludwig will just nudge us into touch. Well known Boishaai traditionally for their pack of forwards, for their scrumming ability, for the way they can maul, and they'll back themselves over here, but they're up against a prodigious pack as well.
We also saw in the second side game Boishaai using a lot of, or making use of the driving maul a lot and winning a lot of meters and also scoring against the Monnas second 15. The Quachas, as they're affectionately known, Monnas' second side. Once again, a great leap on the side of Monnas, and this time they have taken it. But the referee says, no, knocked on by 8th man, Ethan Snyman in that line-out, but he looks to be getting up really high, Andries, and really quickly at the front.
He is making a nuisance of himself, is Ethan Snyman, for the Boishaai line-out. In the previous one, he also got a hand onto the ball, something that Boishaai will have to sort out.
Poelman, Beekes and Bessinger on the side of Monnas. They're up against Lombard, Van Blommestein and Reineke. Only the second scrum of this match, and let's see whether Boishaai can set a good platform for the attack. And Von Ludwig, unfortunately, didn't take hold of it the first time and just lost a little bit of momentum. Leroux looking for runners. He finds 8th man. Cameron Hanekom showing great strength in the tackle. Hanekom, easy over, beautiful stuff. Cameron Hanekom, just a big leg drive and refusing to go down in the tackle. And Boishaai strikes right back, Andries.
Tremendous fight shown by the young man, getting over for a 5-pointer, and this is what the doctor ordered for the Boishaai side. Cameron Hanekom, he had a lot of work to do to get over the line. A great leg drive, managing to go the extra 5 meters. We look again. Strong run into the fly half on Man van Noordwijk. Strong leg drive, and unfortunately for the Monnas team, unable to keep him out.
Andries, great strength shown. It almost looked a little bit static in the couple of phases before that, but Hanekom just took the ball, and his strength and power just carried him over the line. As we said, this will settle the young Boishaai side down, and Kompian von Ludwig fly off will look to add the extras.
It's going to be a tight game today, Split, and you just get the feeling that this thing is going to get decided by a point either side. And it's important for them to take the chances that they do get. These kicks are going to become crucially important later on in this game. Very talented young individual is Kompian van Ludwig.
Nice and easy does it. Strokes it straight through the centre, and we are tied at 7s after 10 minutes of the main game of the Porterville Bulfees. The picturesque town of Porterville at the feet of the Winterhoek Mountains. En de Armand van Noordwijk, loskakel van Monument wat sake weer in die gang gaan kry. Monnas skitterend begin, 7-0 voorgeloop. Die jong span van Paarl Boishaai teruggeslaan en gelyk nou met 7 punte elk. Van Noordwijk in die middel van die veld, gee sy voorspelers baie kans om daar te kom. Skitterend ingeneem weer deur Luca Ribbins van die afskop af. En dan sit Leroux, gebruik die regtervoet. Vind spasie met daai skop. En 'n bal wat regop in die hande van lyk so Sebastian Boshoff van Ludwig. En 'n lang aangeen, byna is dit onderskep deur Herschel Goodman. Hy man het ook baie vaart en indien hy sy hande op baie bal gekry het, was dit nie eens nie verby vir Boishaai.
Interesting to see Herschel Goodman playing on the right wing for Monnas this year. Last year he was used at fly from fullback. Very talented young individual. He's got great ball skills and he's got the ability to spot space and then move the ball there. He'll be an exciting player on the wing for them.
Andries, also interesting to see Jared Rees being used, the fullback of Boishaai in the first receiver position from second phase. So we'll have to keep an eye out for him as well. They like to get the ball into his hands. He's a very, very good creator of space. Big scrum from Monnas. Leroux in the hands of Von Ludwig. And then a scissors movement with Akeem Kunen, and the guy's got a lot of pace. But he runs into the heavy traffic, and a great counter-ruck on the side of the Monnas captain, Marco Buerta, putting Boishaai under all sorts of pressure at the breakdown. Once again, a great carry up the middle, and using now the blind side. Von Ludwig with a little stab ahead, and Luan van der Walt coming forward. But the touchline wins that race, and a net territory gain there for Boishaai, Andries.
Not a bad result for Boishaai. Kampion van Ludwig deciding to put the ball onto the foot and rolling out into touch, and they'll want to compete this line out. Interestingly enough, but with at scrum time, in that first scrum, Boishaai were completely dominant, and it looked as if the Witbille, as I know and you can see on the TV there, Monnas sorted that out, and they were very, very strong in that second scrum.
Brandon Bekes to feed the line. Well taken in the middle of the line out by Zander Hoeksma for Monument. And then we see a bit of tug of war there in the maul. Right through the middle is one of the Boishai's players. Brilliant work. Has he got his hands on the ball there? Great defense of the maul. And it was Kutsia Leroux doing yeoman work there. The big number 4 lock. And Andres, that's a special effort. Swimming right through the middle and getting his hands on that ball.
Yeah, Kutsia Leroux, another one of those young players in the Boishaai side. Only grade 11 this year. Played for the under-16s last year. Went to Grand Como. Really is a talented young individual.
Boishaai met 'n baie goeie aanvallende geleentheid. Vaste skram met Leroux wat die bal kan voer. Soos net hier op die kyk weer sien. Aanvanklik goed afgeneem. En daar kan ons sien hoe begin Kutsia Leroux hard werk reg deur die middel. En 'n totaal en al wettig en skitterende dryfmaal verdediging deur Kutsia Leroux. Leroux van Ludwig. Lyk of die tydsberekening tussen hom en Sebastian Boshoff al so klein bietjie uit was. Boishaai. Stewige aanvalsposisie. En dan speel hulle so net om die kant van die losgemaal. En 'n baie goeie verdediging deur Ethan Snyman, die 8ste man van Monument. Ook baie prominent op hierdie stadium in die wedstryd is Ethan Snyman. Weer is dit die Boishaai pak voorspelers wat die pap lekker dik aanmaak. Monnas se pak wat egter baie rotsvas is op die verdediging op hierdie stadium. En steeds is dit die voorspelers wat vir die agterspelers sê ons gaan eers so 'n bietjie werk maak. En dan is dit tog Kampion van Ludwig en Sebastian Boshoff, hy trap so van die linkervoet. En Ries, hy versprei na Hanekom. Die man het baie krag soos hy reeds gewys het. Maar 'n skitterende verdediging aan die kant van Armand van Noordwyk. En dan is dit so 'n bietjie die manne wat net vir mekaar 'n groet en hallo sê. Natuurlik die hele naweek mekaar gesien, nog nie kans gehad om te groet nie. En so 15 minute in die wedstryd en sê hulle net vir mekaar hallo. As ons kyk hier, Cameron Hanekom, spasie en Armand van Noordwyk plaag sy liggaam op die spel. En baie goeie verdediging deur die losskakel van Monnas.
Try-saving tackle from Van Noordwyk, and just again Jared Rees finding the outside gap, getting on the outside of his man, drawing in the last defender and timing that pass perfectly, putting his 8-man Cameron Hanekom into some space, and that really was a fantastic tackle by the fly half from Monnas, Armand van Noordwyk.
Monnas under severe pressure in their own 22 as we see the assistant referee and the referee just having a chat. And I think it's Sebastian Boshoff who's going to be called closer. It was just a push and a shove there. I don't think there was too much in it, but he did react first. And I wonder if the referee wants to lay down the law here early in the match. Yes, and he does give Sebastian Boshoff the yellow card. Must say, Andries, that's a little bit surprising. There was not much in it, just a push and a shove. But Boshoff has been sent to the sin bin, and the referee has laid down the law.
That's a statement made by the referee that he's not going to tolerate pushing and shoving in this game. We're here to play rugby and didn't see much of it, but I can't comment on what's happened, but certainly the referee's not going to take any nonsense.
Armand van Noordwyk, he's found his touch about 10 meters outside the 22 of Monument. Line out has been functioning decently so far. See, it's a short line out with lots of the loose forwards hanging around on the back line. probably see one of the Lucies carry this one up in the midfield, getting them over the advantage line. That'll be the plan for Monnas. Go to the back of the line out, it looks like. Coming back to the front. And it's won by Andries de Pre. Franke Hullet, he does well. He recovers the ball well for Monnas. Good cleaning out at ruck time there from the boys from Krugersdorp. Long ball from Van Noordwijk. Marco Botha, he spins it out wide. And they're looking to stretch this. And it is one of those loose forwards. Looks like Henny Durant carrying the ball wide out on the left. Franke Hullet getting there a little bit slowly, but the ball does come out. And once again, it's forwards in the midfield for Monnas. Great defense on the side of Boishaai, rushing the Monnas players. And then on the small side, Armand van Noordwijk, he found some space, but unfortunately couldn't hold on. And great little dart there by the fly-off, but just couldn't hang on to the ball, Andries.
And great play by Monnas, trying to take advantage of the one-man advantage that they do have, keeping the ball in hand, and then Armand van Noordwijk finding a bit of space. Unfortunately, he couldn't get his hands free to get the pass away, but encouraging stuff from the team from Krugersdorp. Again, having the willingness to have a go from their own half.
18 minutes has flown by in this game, and it's Paarl boys 7, Monnas 7. As we see Cameron Hanekom just slightly limping back. He was receiving some medical attention, and he does look to be in a slight discomfort, does Hanekom. He's had a barnstorming start to this game, also scored Boishai's try, so they'll be looking for him to just run that little niggle off. Boishaai, baie solide platform waar die vaste skram vir hulle gee. Roe, Von Ludwig, en dan is dit in die hande van die nommer 13, Akim Kunene. Monnas weer eens. Groot druk plaas op by die afbreekpunte. Roan van Blommestein, sterk loop hier deur die bonkegaker van Boishaai. Luca Ribbens stel op, die nommer 7 is ook baie woelig. En Marco Botha weer eens wat baie vinnig in is op die bal by daardie afbreekpunt. Botha die senter en kaptein van Monnas, glad nie skaam om betrokke te raak met die voorspelers nie. Von Ludwig, Jared Rees, en dan obstruksie sê die skeieregter. Ja, ongelukkig die tydsberekening daar tussen Rees en Hakim Kunene nie goed nie, en kans vir Monument om uit hulle eie gebied te ontsnap.
Jared Rees just opting to hold on to that ball with a short line from Ethan Isaacs, and unfortunately that is obstruction. You can't get away from that. And a physical encounter this has been. The first 20 minutes of this game has been extremely physical. Massive tackles, big carries, and we look at that again. Just holding on to the ball is Jared Rees, and committing that one defender was Ethan Isaacs, and that unfortunately does qualify as obstruction.
Armand van Noordwijk vir die bal oor die kantlyn gejaag het. En Monnas vir die eerste keer in 'n wyle nou hier in die halfgebied van Paarl Boishaai. Lynstand tot dusver baie goed gedoen vir Monument. Brandon Beek is weer 'n kort lyn staan, weer 'n paar losvoorspelers in die agterlyn. En agter word die bal oor die lyn staan gegooi, en Cameron Hanekom, het lyk of hy daai beseringkie afgeskit het. Baie goeie werk, kry vir Boishaai op die voorvoet. Leroux, Von Ludwig, en dan so effens van 'n fop aangee in die hande van, is dit Isaacs of Kunene, en so 'n skoppie vorentoe. Die skeieregter wat sê hy roep die manne terug, onkantspel aan die kant van Monument. En
what he's saying, Spud, is that there was a late tackle by Herschel Goodman in the build up to that. They had a lot of space on the left hand side that the boys from Paarl Boishaai, and then as a result of that, Herschel Goodman felt the need to shoot out the line to try and stop them, and made a tackle after the pass has gone. Von Ludwig licking up touch again, and certainly they're going to try and get that big maul of theirs going.
And what Boishaai is also doing very well is controlling the possession while the yellow card is off the field. This eats away into the time till Sebastian Boshoff can get back on. So what's happening in this game at this stage is suiting Boishaai like a glove, fitting them like a glove. En die manne van Krugersdorp wat hulle keer gaan moet ken van hierdie lyn staan af. Het lyk of Cameron Hanekom werklik 'n bietjie sukkel met daardie regterbeen van hom. En hy probeer sy bes om op die veld te bly. Maar is die tweede keer binne die afgelope 3 minute wat hy aandag van die mediese personeel ontvang het. Hy neem wel sy plek in agter in die lyn staan. Roan van Blommestein. Hy vind vir Ribbens. En dadelik is dit daar die rolmaal beweging wat aan die gang gesit word. van Blommestein agter. Hy beheer hom goed. En nou loop hulle met hierdie monumentpak. En Monnas kan natuurlik nie nou hierdie maalbeweging laat val nie. En dan vir die eerste keer waar die bal so effens gaan stil staan. Skeieregter reeds met voordeel. En weer 'n strafskop aan Boishaai. Andries totaal en al dominant daardie dryfmaalbeweging.
Yes, it was, and it's ominous signs for the Monnas back and forwards. We saw the Boishaai team practicing the driving maul in the lead up to this game. In their warm-up, they spent a lot of time, sorting out how they're going to pack down, getting their body positions in the right place, and very, very interestingly, decide to go for the 3 points.
Yeah, Andres, maybe it was worth the risk. You were just so dominant in the previous maul, and to get it even 5 or 10 meters closer to the try line, like that penalty would have given to them. 23 minutes gone in the game, maybe worth the risk.
Yeah, I think so. I think that it'd be worth it to have a crack. We do see it often in Super Rugby these days, and test matches as well. People opt to go for the corner, get the 7 points instead of the 3. It's not a guarantee at this stage, and probably a testament of how tight they believe this game is going to be, taking the 3 points.
Von Ludwig tref met die regtervoet. Ja, hy het sommer vinnig omgedraai en die skopkegel opgetel. Die man lyk pure klas van die skopkegel af. En Paarl boys vir die eerste keer in hierdie wedstryd nou voor met 10 punte teenoor 7.
Yeah, we've seen Monnas score that try on the start of this game, which was a dream start for them. But since then, it's been all Boishaai. We've played all the rugby in the half of Monnas. They've had all the position, and probably a chance here for Monnas to put some pressure on Boishaai.
Franco Hallett scrum off, getting the game going again. That was on the verge of the 10-meter line, but Boishaai decided to play it. So it's game on, and then another penalty conceded by Monnas, and the penalties against them are racking up at this stage.
Must be a concern for Charles van der Walt, but that's the easy fix come half-time. You have to sort out the discipline, stop giving away these penalties. These are just easy meters that you're giving the opposition. Kampioen van Ludwig, he's going to look up a touch again and put the boys in a favourable position.
Van Ludwig wat seker maak dat hy daai bal oor die kantlyn jaag. Nie so baie veld gewen soos hy dalk graag sou wou nie, maar veiligheid eerste. En hierdie sterk pak voorspelers van Boishaai gaan ons weer die rolmaalbeweging van die lyn staan afsien. Of gaan hulle die keer die agterlyn inspan. Boshoff, Kuneni, nog min van die bal gesien in die centerpaar. En natuurlik Jared Rees, Keegan Smith en Ethan Isaacs baie gevaarlik ook. Boshoff die is wel terug op die veld na daardie geel kaart. En reeds het lyk of alweer voordeel toegelaat word deur die skeieregter. Abraham Reineke, hy word deur sy opponent Jan-Hendrik Bessenger goed dopgehou. Leroux wat deur die middelbaars en sy opponent Frankie Hallett wat hom skuldig maak aan 'n hoogvat. Die skeieregter wat sê geen voordeel vir daardie hoogvat nie. En weer eens 'n strafskop aan die manne van die Paarl. En Andries die monument manne se dissipline wat 'n klein bietjie kwel op hierdie stadium.
Yes, it is, and it's taking the momentum away from them. They started well. It's been all Paarl Boishaai from then onwards, and these penalties are slowly but surely trying to rack up. Look at their referee speaking to the captain, Marco Buerta, to sort that out. And as a team that want to sort that out, they want to give the ball in their hands and then keep hold of it to put pressure on the Paarl Boishaai defence, because they've not done that. Paarl Boishaai have played all the rugby.
What Boishaai have done ever since that first try is they've really controlled possession, they've controlled territory, and at this stage, they are looking very comfortable on the park. Kampioen van Ludwig, he's going to have his third attempt at goal. He's kicked a conversion and a penalty thus far in the game. And he seems like a very, very cool customer.
Doesn't waste a lot of time when he's kicking. Gets back, looks at the poles, and then has a crack.
Great camera angle. Van Ludwig strikes with the right foot. And unfortunately, he's pulled that one. The commentators curse. And the referee says that's half time. And 26 and a half minutes gone, and the referee calls half time. So Paarl boys taking the lead at half time in this epic encounter at the Bulfees in Porterville by 10 points to 7.
Today, I considered my future, the welfare of my family. And I realized to make a success of myself in the business world, I need accredited, quality education that is affordable. With my full-time job, distance learning is the answer. I considered Southern Business School, a leading private higher education institution in Southern Africa, with more than 12,000 students internationally. Today, my dream became a reality, and my future is secured. Southern Business School, creating leaders.
minute, dis hoeveel tyd daar staan tussen Paarl Boishaai en hulle 7de agtereenvolgende oorwinning oor Monument Hoërskool van Kreersdorp. En natuurlik 30 minute tussen Monnas en hulle eerste oorwinning oor Boishaai. Andries, quite a pulsating first half that we saw. A lot of toing and throwing, but Boishaai controlling the ball really well.
Yes, Boishaai have had the majority of possession. They've played the rugby in the half of Monnas for the majority of the first half, and that's why they're leading on the scoreboard. They've scored a try piece, a try that Monnas scored from within their own half, and then a penalty by Kompion van Ludwig, unfortunately missing a second attempt. A lot to look forward to in this second half.
Kompion van Ludwig wat die hoofwedstryd se tweede helfte by die Porterville Bulfees aan die gang gaan kry. Die loskakel van Boishaai het 5 punte in die eerste helfte aangeteken en 'n 3 deur die agste man Cameron Hannekom. Monnas se punte aangeteken met 'n 3 deur Luan van der Walt en 'n vir 5 skop deur Hallet. En redelik diep is die afskop ingewag aan die kant van Monnas en dadelik vorentoe gebeur. Monnas wat die bal buite die 22 op die stadium in beheer het. En dan die skeieregter wat sê nee, die verdediger wat nie weggerol het nie. Was goeie werk van die afskop gedoen deur Zander Hoeksma. En Franco Hellet wat nader staan, die nommer 9 wat die meeste van die skopwerk vir Monnas behartig.
It's a good start in the second half for Monnas. Received the kick, got the penalty, an opportunity here to kick it into the half of Boishaai. Unfortunately, not finding touch, and this is where Boishaai can be extremely dangerous.
Jared Rees looking at his options, and then a fine support in number 6, Herman Visser, but he gets carried back by Heiko Poelman. And Poelman has been very prominent on the side of Monnas. You see one of the Boishaai players getting thrown out of the ruck, Von Blommestein, Von Ludwig, and then unfortunately the pass just going missing behind the back, but Akeem Kunene tidying up for Boishaai. And Marco Botha making a nuisance of himself at the breakdown once again. The captain of Monnas, Van Ludwig, die regtervoet inspan en hy vind spasie agter Loan van der Walt. Ons het tog van der Walt wat die springende bal in die hande kry en 'n man het baie vaart soos ons gesien het met die 3 in die eerste helfte. Van Blommestein en 'n Reyneke wat baie goeie verdediging doen, maar die skeieregter wat sê nee. Een van die twee verdedigers wat effe hoog ingegaan het en skeieregters natuurlik vanaf 2019 ongelooflik streng op die hoog vat, Andries.
And rightly so, we have to protect the players, we have to make sure that their safety comes first. Rugby is a contact sport, so there will be injuries, but we have to do everything we can to prevent them or to minimize those injuries.
Hulle die keer maak hy seker en vergoed vir sy fout van so wat 'n minuut gelede. En hy jaag die bal oor die kantlyn en goeie geleentheid vir Monnas vroeg in die tweede helfte. Hulle sal eerste wil bloedryk en hulle neuse weer voorkry in hierdie wedstryd.
We've not seen a lot of the backline from Monnas, and they've got some exciting players in there. We've mentioned Herschel Goodman with space and ball in hand. He can be extremely dangerous. Captain Marco Botha, extremely talented young rugby player. Let's hope we see more of that this second half.
Taken at the back of the lineup by 8th man Ethan Snyman. And good rucking there by the guys from Krugersdorp. Hallett into the hands of Van Noordwijk and a long ball to Herschel Goodman. And Luan van der Walt cutting into the line. Maybe suspicions of a forward pass there. And the referee says, yeah, he was happy. Boishaai were on their feet. Looks like Egan Isaacs that did great work there, the right wing. And a good turnover for the guys from Paarl.
Isaacs doing good work on the right or left-hand corner. A slight juggle here from Goodman, not controlling the ball. Suspicious pass. Good tackle. It was by Kunene, and then the man that was Sinbin, Sebastian Boshoff, doing good work to win his team the penalty.
Boshoff and Isaacs both in very quickly over that ball. And Boshoff is a stockily built number 12 and not scared of the contact. And we've seen Marco Botha, the captain of Monnas, much the same way. And also see some changes starting to happen in the second half, Andries. And guys from the bench would love to make an impact in an encounter like this.
Yeah, they certainly will want to split, and that's what you use the replacement players for. They want to come and make an impact.
Interesting to see Van Noordwijk widen the defense here for Monnas, the fly off, and the big loose forward. Visser carrying straight up the middle. Did very well to hold on to that ball because the Monnas players got themselves in between. And this time it's just a reversal. Number 6 for Monument, Reinhard Mouton, in over that ball beautifully and quickly. And Andries, he's a strong player.
He's a feisty character, is Reinhard Mouton. He's going to make a nuisance of himself. He wants to get into the rugby. He wants to make it messy. The more messy it is, the more comfortable he becomes.
Franco het vir 'n oomblik daaraan gedink om Paarl toe te skop. En hy maak net seker dat hy die windrigting het. En hy besluit dan om na die verkant se kantlyn toe te skop. En hy sal wel seker maak dat hy die bal oor die kantlyn jaag. Hy doen 'n goeie werk. En weer eens 'n aanvallende lyn staan vir Monument. Die laaste 4-5 minute behoort al die bal besit aan hulle.
It's important for them to turn the position, this territory, into points. Monnas get themselves on the front foot again, try and get themselves ahead on the leaderboard, and then start forcing the Boishaai team to play more rugby where they wouldn't want to play rugby.
Weer eens 'n kort lyn staan deur die manne van Monument. En dan is dit heel agter wat daar ingegooi word, maar ongelukkig die bal wat oor die lyn staan trek. En baie goeie werk verrig deur een van die plaasvervangers van Boishaai. Kompien van Ludwig, hy gebruik weer daardie geleerde regterstewel van hom. En baie goed ingeneem deur Luan van der Walt. Hy kry hom aan weg na Hallett. Herschel Goodman, het hy bietjie spasie. Die man is baie gevaarlik. Hy trap van die linkervoet en hy skep baie spasie aan die buitekant. Vind ondersteuning aan die binnekant. Baie naby aan die kantlyn sit die nommer 5 slot, Andries de Pre. Hy doen baie goed om binne die speelveld te bly. Van Noordwyk. En hy trap so van die regtervoet en besluit om op sy eie darteloopie te begin. Hallett wat mooi skoon maak daarna dat die slordige besit in die hande van Monnas op die stadium. Marco Botha van Noordwyk met so 'n steekskoppie met die linkervoet. Jared Rees, he does brilliantly and he finds some space. Beautiful running by Jared Rees, right in the middle of the field. Referee says he's happy, play on. Boishaai regain control of the ball and now it's in the hands of Van Bloemenstein. A little shimmy by the hooker and then a little bump on Marco Botha on the blind side. Unfortunately, unforced error, but that was some good constructive play by Boishaai. Referee gives advantage. Hallett looking for the kick, knowing that he's got the advantage. Referee says advantage over now. Here's the opportunity. Keegan Smith, we haven't seen a lot of him in this match so far. He's got wheels to burn as well. And another double turnover in that rack. Once again, and now the ball with Marco Botha in midfield. He carries it up strongly but gets driven back. Van Noordwyk, here's space to the right. If they can get it through the hands. Looks like Poolman carrying it up strongly though. Franco Hallett, Van Noordwyk. He's trying to take control of this match and he pops it on the inside to Jan-Hendrik Bessinger. And his boys are on their feet. No, referee says no clear release and exciting passage of play there, Andries.
It certainly was, and a massive tackle by Coetzee Leroux, taken quickly by the Monnas team.
Luan van der Walt regathers for Monnas, but then just taken out there over the touchline, and the touchline, the best defender on the field wins for the so manyth time.
Just interesting from the Monnas side, taking the quick tap from the penalty and then opting to go for the chip. Not really testing the defence of the Boishaai side in that case. It looks like Boishaai is going to get penalised for a high tackle.
Maar die assistent skeieregter wat 'n woordjie gewissel het met die skeieregter. En 'n geel kaart. Die skeieregter is definitief konsekwent. En Hakim Kunene is die tweede center van Boishaai vir 10 minute koelkas toe gaan. And Andries, that can be very crucial in the outcome of this match.
It certainly can be, Sweet. This is going to be a tightly fought contest like we mentioned earlier on, and boys are already having spent 5 minutes on the field with 14 players, and another 5 could be crucial for them.
Franco Hallett, he puts it out in the 22 of Paarl Boishaai, and an ideal attacking opportunity. Boishaai might be stretched out wide with the number 13 not being in the defensive line, so Jared Rees will be expected to cover that channel. And space is inevitable somewhere on this field now. Can Monnas manipulate play and find that space?
You want to get the big guys into the game. You know, Heiko Poolman, Jan-Hendrik Bessinger, Brandon Beckers, get them into the game. Set them all, drag in the defenders and then exploit it at the back.
Weer agter in die lyn staan, die keer baie goed bemeester deur Monnas. Die einste Poolman, Andries, waarvan jy praat wat die bal dra. Hy stel hom weer beskikbaar en Franco Hallett wat wag. Hulle speel na die linkerkant, Armand van Noordwyk. En hy kry die aangee weg en ongelukkig Luan van der Walt wat ongedwonge fout daar begaan. Skitterend die bal deur die hande gegaan. En Luan van der Walt, as hy daar die bal raak gevat het, was daar pere vir Boishaai.
Yeah, and Monnas not being patient enough there, but they had the one hit with Heiko Poolman, then went wide immediately. Initially, Armand van Noordwyk did extremely well to get the ball into the space, but not patient enough, not building the faces, not building the innings to deserve that try that you want to go score at the end. Aubrey Reinecker, Sebastian Lombard, they've been dominant at scrum time in the first half, so has Ruan van Bloemenstein.
Leroux waiting for it at the back of the scrum. He finds Sebastian Boshoff and he runs hard and straight. Carries the ball to outside of the 22. Good carry, positive carry by Boshoff. Leroux, is he going to use that right boot? He's setting up for it, yes. He does use the right boot. And Monnas whacks for it. Not too much pressure on the number 11, Reinhard Barnard. And he finds some space. Does Barnard straight through the middle. And defense of Boishaai seriously lacking right there. Van Noordwyk, he gets it into the hands of the big Zander Hoeksma. And immediately in over that ball once again is Bosov doing great work at the breakdown. Now Marco Buerta looking for a weak shoulder. Finds one on the inside shoulder of Ribbons. Hallett, he gets it out into the hands of Herschel Goodman. Beautiful offload to Brandon Beekes. Hints of an early tackle there on Beekes. But it is Monnas' ball still. Great work done at the breakdown. The referee says he's calling someone closer. And another yellow card, and this time it's Brandon Beekes, the hooker for Monnas. Didn't quite see what happened there, Andries.
Yeah, it looks like the referee is just indicating that he has said something that the referee was not very happy with, and as a result got sent to the sin bin.
Referee again, showed early in this match, Andries, that he's going to be taking no nonsense in this game.
He certainly isn't, and this is opportunity for the boys outside. They've been under the cosh, 14 men on the field. If you look at Kompion van Ludwig, he's going to try and find a good touch here and get a bit of release for his team. It's just interesting. The first time Herschel Goodman slotted into the 10 position, he created some space, he created something, got him behind the players, got the offload away.
As we saw there on the replay, the referee, Andries, you were 100% correct, did indicate that Brandon Beekes had something to say.
As always, but
see also one of the replacements of Monnas getting ready to take the field. It is the replacement hooker Jaco Besaidnout. Of course, in the first scrum, there will have to be a replacement because there has to be a recognised hooker in the scrum according to the box smart rules. And it's Van Blommestein finding Reiniger in the front, and Monnas were caught asleep there. Very big carry by Visser, and then, well, if it's going to be consequent, this needs to be another card. Big tackle there in the midfield, but the referee has made his intentions clear in this match. If we look at that, and the legs get taken from under him and definitely not brought back safely to the ground there, and looks like the guilty party might be Henny Durant in the number 7 jersey.
Now, Henny Durant's going to be in a bit of trouble here. You can't never lift a man's players, and sometimes you're not really in control. He made a hit there, the guy went over his shoulders, but when you realise the player's going over his shoulders, you have to take him back to ground safely, and this could be crucial, and this could determine the outcome of this match.
Well, Andries, Henny Durant being very, very lucky there with no sanction whatsoever. And we've seen yellow cards dished out in this game for much less.
We certainly have been extremely lucky as Henny Durant. Is that the break that the Monnas team needs? The bit of luck that they need to get them into this game, get them in the lead, get them to believe that they can get their first victory over Boishaai.
Kompion van Ludwig, maar die bal oor die kantlyn gejaag het. Boishaai nou weer diep in die gebied van Monnas. En Roan van Blommestein wat wil seker maak dat hy sy springers vind. Baie goeie aanvalsgeleentheid hier vir die manne van die Paarl. En dan is dit juist van Blommestein wat ongelukkig nie sy springers kan vind nie. Weggebars deur Ethan Snyman. En dan Frankie Hallett wat ongelukkig aan die bal aanslaan. En ongedwonge fout aan die kant van Hallett. En 'n gulde geleentheid weer eens vir Boishaai. So 12 meter binne die halfgebied van Monument Hoërskool. Boishaai die geniet 'n 3 punte voorsprong. And Andries, your impressions of this young boys side, your Boishaai side so far?
No, they look like they're very well coached. There's a big contingent of them that played together last year. They're very successful in the 16 team, and the players in the team seem to find each other quite easily. They play with a lot of pace, and that's what they want to do. They're not the biggest pack of forwards out there, and they've got quite a lot of pace in the back line. So you want to generate quick ball, get on the front foot, get in behind the defence, and then start playing rugby. So they do look like they are a well-trained side, and there will be stiff competition, as they always are throughout the year.
Yeah, boys are one of the perennial powerhouses in South African schoolboy rugby, as is Monnas from Krugersdorp. And interesting 20 minutes or 15 minutes that still awaits us in this match, as we see Jaco Besaidnout now in the number 16 jersey, taking his position in the middle of that scrum. So Henny Durant, that is left the field, the number 7 for Monnas, for Jaco Besaidnout to come on in the place of the yellow carded Brandon Beekes. So a little bit of a reshuffle. And of course Boishaai will have one more in the back line now, because at schools rugby level If you have 7 in the scrum, then you have to compete against 7.
And again, just player safety coming first at schoolboy rugby. Although these prop forwards love nothing more than scrumming, if you give him a deficit, he'll be more encouraged to scrum better.
Kian Leroux, hy voer die skram. Goeie voorvoetbal vir Boishaai. Von Ludwig nou in die hande van Boshoff. En 'n skitterende aangee in die hande van Akin Kunene. En 'n baie goeie verdediging aan die kant van Reinhard Mouton. Die 6 van Monument. Isaacs hy 'n bokspring en trap na die binnekant. Boishaai in die 22 meter area van Monument, stewig op die aanval. Leroux, hy kyk rond. Hy vind vir Reineke. Baie goed word Reineke ontmoet. Deur Marco Botha, die kaptein Eysterman aan die kant van Monnas. Skeieregter wat naby loer, maar hy's tevrede wat met daai afbreekpunt aangaan. Von Ludwig 'n lang bal in die hande nou van Kunene. En hy's oor in die kwartgebied en 'n ongelukkige bal wat verlore gaan. Die skeieregter sê ja, Akin Kunene daardie bal het vorentoe gegaan. Maar Andries Boishaai baie gevaarlik op die aanval.
And they look very dangerous with the ball in hand. They've got all these talented youngsters in the backline with a lot of pace. And if you just give them a little bit of space, they'll exploit you.
Great timing of that pass by Sebastian Boshoff to Kunene.
Great pass by Sebastian Boshoff, and also Kunene has been quite influential in the last 2 minutes. Kampion Ludwig sensing the space outside. As we look at Kunene just finding the space and a bit of an ankle tap, and unfortunately losing control of the ball as he goes to ground.
The second half just lacking some rhythm. Titanic struggle here at Porterville's Bulfees. Monnas from Krugersdorp trail Paarl boys by 7 points to 10. Scrum deep in their own half, inside their own 22 for Monnas.
Both sides back to a full contingent of 15 players.
Hullet in the hands of Van Noordwijk. Van Noordwijk into the hands of Herschel Goodman. Can he find some space? Beautiful stepping by Goodman and gets the offload away to Armand Van Noordwijk. Great following up by the number 10. And a good clean out at ruck time by Monnas. And then straight through the middle comes that man, Henny Durant. He had a few minutes on the sideline to rest. Reinhard Barnard wat vorentoe dra nou vir Monnas. Hullet Van Noordwijk. Goodman kort aangee. Goeie lyn daar gehardloop deur Marco Botha. Skeieregter wat skril op sy fluitjie blaas. Verdedigers wat nie wegrol nie. En 'n strafskop aan Monnas en 'n kans vir hulle om gebiedsvoordeel weer te kan geniet.
Yeah, encouraging signs from Monnas with ball in hand. Again, Herschel Goodman instrumental with the ball in hand, finding space, putting people away. A very exciting young player.
Hullet met 'n goeie skop na die kantlyn. Hy verplaas die spel tot so 11 meter binne die helfgebied van Boishaai. En Andries, as ons sien die ligte wat aangaan, kan daarom nie vir 'n mooier aand gevra het hier in Porterville nie.
Definitely not, but it is really a fantastic evening, and it has been a fantastic weekend here in Porterville in the Boishaai. We've been hosted nicely by all the locals, and certainly is a weekend that I'll come and attend in the future.
Baie beweging in die lyn staan en dan is dit die agste man wat die bal roep. En goed geneem nou in die hande van Noordwijk. Marco Botha het nog 'n hardloopkans gekry. En dan sit 'n Barnard die nommer 11 wat insny in die agterlyn. Hullet Poolman. En 'n groot kontak wat gemaak word deur Poolman en Leroux. En 'n Boishaai vinnig in op haar die bal. En die skeieregter wat sê ja. En dan baie onnodig. En hier kan probleme wees vir Heiko Poolman.
Sebastian Lombard was fantastic in stealing that ball, putting Heiko Poolman isolated in the big number 3 prop forward. Got over the ball and forced a turnover. Heiko Poolman, again, a bit of reaction, a bit of momentum of frustration creeping in the Monument team. And it's something they're going to have to curb if they want to come out victorious here today. Massive tackle here by Leroux, and then Sebastian Lombard over the ball.
Looks like the penalty was turned around for a push afterwards, and originally the penalty belonged to Boishaai, but the referee has decided to change around the penalty, and Mr. Peter Engeldo, the director of rugby of Boishaai, not quite understanding that one, And ideal opportunity now for Franco Hallett to tie up the scores with 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, extremely strange call by the referees, but initially I thought that Heiko Poelman was in a lot of trouble here and possibly could be spending some time in the sin bin, and something must have happened for the referee to turn that around. But here an opportunity for Franco Hallett to even the scoreboard.
Groot oomblik in hierdie wedstryd. Franco Hallett skrimskakel van Monument het in die eerste helfte geslaag met 'n vir-5 skop. Hulle tref met die regtervoet. Ja, hy sekuur tussen die pale deur. Groot oomblik temperament gewys daar, Franco Hallett. En met 10 minute se rugby oor by die Bulfees van 2020 is die telling Paarl Boishaai 10, Monument 10.
10-10 with 10 minutes to go, but exciting times lie ahead. This whole weekend coming down for the next 9 minutes. Who is it going to be?
Von Ludwig gets us underway. The kick in is deep this time and well taken in into the hands of Hallett now, looking to get it to Van Noordwijk. He steps on the right and steps on the right again, finds some space. Beautiful running by the fly off. He gets it into the hands of Mouton. This guy is an animal, Reinhard Mouton. He just keeps going forward. Hallett, now there's quick ball for Monnas. Here's some space to the right. Goodman, he puts in a kick with the right foot. Was that the right option? There was lots of space on the right-hand side, but great running by Armand van Noordwijk.
Put on a bit of pressure to kick that ball and then decided not to, and worked out quite nicely for him. Got the ball into the hands of this guy, Reinhard Mouton, and he looks like an absolute beast. Always up for the physical confrontation, and then they kick in by Goodman. Not necessarily the worst options, but I think the execution wasn't that great. There was a lot of space in the right-hand corner. If he found that, it would have been good for his side.
Great line-out ball for Boishaai, one at the back. Good throwing by Ruan van Bloemenstein. And then slow ball now, forwards, pick and go. Abraham Reineke doing hard work, the loose end prop. Was Monnas in on that ball? Referee says, no, you got to release it. It was a ruck time already. Visser this time. He picks and goes. Can they hold him up? Is there knees on the ground? What does the referee say? He says, yeah, knees on the ground, tackle ball. And well taken. Good take by Kompion van Ludwig, but he's put under immense pressure by Ethan Snyman, the 8th man for Monnas. Boishaai should be very careful not to concede a penalty. I've seen that Franco Hallett is a dead-eye dig from the tee. And then the inside ball, space found, Akeem Konene, Jared Rees. This guy's got wheels to burn. And a great back tackle by Brandon Beekers, working his like crazy as the hooker for Monnas. Defensive line looks solid now on the side of Monnas. Heiko Poelman, great tackle. Dupree in over that ball, but he couldn't affect a turnover. Big carry in the midfield by Coetzee Leroux. Keenan Leroux, Von Ludwig on the inside. Here's some space. Beautiful running by the number 23. Replacement centre for Boishaai. And Leroux plays the blind side. Big moment in this match. Monnas defending for all they're worth. And then the referee says, no clear release there to tackle. And a great opportunity for Boishaai.
And you get the feeling that this game is going to get decided by a penalty either way. And great play by Boishaai, getting in behind Monnas. And then this inside pass from Kompion van Ludwig, fantastic. In behind you, and once you break the advantage line, once you get in behind the defenses, it becomes extremely tough. And unfortunately, Herschel Goodman not rolling away, and a penalty rightly given.
That's a big moment here for young Kompion van Ludwig. He's been kicking well so far, just missed the one kick. And with 5.5 minutes to go in this match, this might go a long way into deciding this rubber. Misses it to the right, and That's an unfortunate miss for the youngster. Stays locked at 10-all with 5 minutes to go.
And this is it, 5 minutes left in this match. Monnas with their backs against the wall, 10-all the score is. And will this be the first year that Monnas managed to get one over Boishaai?
Kick is deep onto one of the replacements for Boishaai. He fields it and then finds Reese. And a couple of replacements on for Boishaai. Unfortunately, we don't have those names. And Van Blommestein out of the back to Von Ludwig. He gets it into the hands of Sebastian Boshoff. Good straight hard running by the number 12. Monnas in over that ball very quickly. And the referee says they were holding their weight. And once again, it's that man, Reinhard Mutzon. Andries Monnas is really up for this one.
They certainly are, and they've got their tails in the air right now. Reinhard Mutzon with another great turnover. We mentioned it earlier, the messier it gets, the more he loves it.
And Hallett finds a touch, although it was a pretty wobbly old kick. And
as we look at this again, a strong carry by Boshoff. And then Reinhard Mutzon, man on his feet, he has all the rights. First clean out was missed, knees are still off the ground, and fantastic steal by the young individual. And look how pumped they are.
Yeah, Monnas pumped up. 3.5 minutes to go in this match. They've never beaten the first side of Paarl Boishaai. They've succumbed to them on 6 occasions. Great ball at the back of the line out. And well controlled in the end by number 4, Zander Hoeksma. Hallett digging for the ball. Armand van Noordweg standing still when he catches that ball. But he spreads it wide to Luan van der Walt. And a great hit on Luan van der Walt by Ethan Isaacs. That was a cracking tackle, Andries. And Herschel Goodman. Now Boishai's got their tails in the air with that piece of defense. Who says defense can't turn matches? From Hallett to the hands of Herschel Goodman. He goes on the outside, looking for the ball on the inside. But what a piece of defense by Ethan Isaacs.
That's a fantastic tackle. Also lucky in a certain extent not to get blown for that, but fantastic hit by the young man, not expected by Luan van der Walt. And that certainly upped the ante in this game a little.
Couple of minutes to go, 10-10. Last match of the Porterville Bulfees 2019. And Andries, you had the honor of selecting a man of the match in the main game.
It's so tough to single someone out in this match. It's been so closely contested. But just off the top of my head, so many players were outstanding. Sebastian Lombard, one of them, fantastic leader today. But the man of the match today goes to Reinhard Mutzon, the 6th flank from Monnas.
Now, he's been a yeoman on the ground right through the game. And there he is in on that ball once again. The referee calls him off it though. He wasn't holding his own weight. Leroux uses that right boot. And the lighting maybe just catching Monnas out there a little bit. But a great pace once again shown by Luan van der Walt. He gets cracked though by his opponent, Franco Hallett. Herschel Goodman. He does a 360 pirouette. And a great rip in the tackle by Abraham Reineke, the loose head. He's also had a great game. Visser, he gets it on the outside. And a great work by the replacement. And it's over the corner. That might just see that. What a piece of magic by Boishaai, Andries.
It's fantastic stuff by the Boishaai team. They just have this culture of winning and they know how to clinch games right to the death. And this would be absolutely heartbreaking for this Monnas side. Got stolen away from them last year, and the same is happening in 2020. Bram Reineke fighting hard with his hooker to turn over that ball. This man's been good today, was Sebastian Lombard. Get the ball into space, and the replacement player, plenty of wheels to burn. A lanky fella is, one slip tackle, and Bob's your uncle. 5 points, Boishaai for the win.
That was a great fend on Ruben Barnard, and try time Boishaai, and they're absolutely ecstatic with that. Like we said, a young side full of grade 11s. Big test early in the year, first game of the season. And Andries, unfortunately for Monnas, this must feel like a replay of last year.
It certainly will, but we don't know if we're going to have another kickoff after this. Maybe one more bite at the cherry for the Monnas team. Kampioen Von Ludwig. Important kick for the young individual.
And he just absolutely nails it. Looks like we are going to have another kickoff. But Paarl boys leading now by 17 points to 10, and Monnas with a mountain to climb late in this game.
They're going to have to find a way to get the ball back and to keep hold of the ball from this kickoff. There's not a lot of time left in this match. The clock is up, and I think after this kickoff, that will be it.
Franco Hellet wat sake weer in die gang kry. Laaste oomblikke van hierdie kragmeting. Boishaai wat besluit om maar die bal te speel. Kon 'n skram afgedwing het indien hulle hom nie gespeel het nie. Lang aangee terug na Kompion van Ludwig. En hy kry die bal van die veld af. Is die einde van die wedstryd. En 'n spannende hoofwedstryd hier op Porterville se Bulfees. Paarl Boishaai behou hulle onoorwonne rekord teen Monument met 'n 17-10 oorwinning. Andries, what a match.
It was a fantastic match. We had this exciting start in the first 5 and 10 minutes. It plateaued out a little there. The boys were feeling each other out, and we had such an exciting finish. Heartbreaking stuff for the Monument side, but exhilarating stuff for Paarl Boishaai. And this young Paarl Boishaai side, if they have the character to come back from that, they are in good stead.
Andries, we got to give a shout out to Southern Business School who made this all possible. They are, of course, the sponsors of both Boishaai and Monnas. And thank you very, very much to the guys from Southern Business School for arranging this. And it was a magic weekend here in the picturesque town of Porterville. Some great schools rugby that was played. A couple of exciting Boishaai derbies today as well. And the health of school rugby in South Africa is ever improving.
It certainly is, and we've had a fantastic time. Well hosted here in Porterville. We've seen good rugby. Everyone enjoyed themselves. What a cracking finish to what has been a fantastic weekend in the Boishaai.
Ja, die speler van die wedstryd aankondiging natuurlik oorhandiging sal gemaak word aan Reinhard Mouton. En die tellings was 10-11 gelyk op Boishaai stadium, Andries. En die doodsnikke van die wedstryd was dit toe Boishaai wat seker gemaak het dat hulle wegstap met die oorwinning 17 punte teenoor 10. Andries, Boishaai just keeps on proving it. Winning is a habit.
Winning is a habit, and they find a way to win no matter what the cost. And they've done it brilliantly here tonight. And I think it must be a bit of nerves from the Mono side as well, almost tasting that victory over Boishaai. And unfortunately, discipline cost them today. They gave away too many penalties, allowed the Boishaai side to get into their half very easy.
Andries, if we just have a quick look at the tries here again. Van Noordwijk spreading that one to Botha, puts it on the boots early in the game, and the bounce just perfect for Luan van der Walt, swerves the hips, and then there was no stopping him.
And after this try, you'd think, geez, this might be the time for Monument. They've got the momentum, they look sharp, they look like they were up for it, but then all of a sudden, Boishaai does what Boishaai does best, and they bounce back immediately. And this finish from the big 8th man, Cameron Anakom, has just amazing. The leg drive, the fight to get over, and a reach to get over for the 5-pointers. Well converted by Kompion van Ludwig to put it 7-all. And then from this moment onwards, Boishaai just started taking control of this match. They dominated territory, they dominate position.
Yeah, if you just look at this last try, it was absolutely brilliant work done by Reyneke. One of the unsung heroes on this Boishaai side. And then a great pass out wide by Visser, the number 6 flanker. That lovely fend and try time. And it's been a huge privilege bringing you all the action on behalf of School Sports Live. And my name is Johan Smith, and with me Andries Strauss. Andries, always a privilege. Thank you so much for sharing with me, as we will now cut to the man of the match interview with Nick Eyre.
And as we come to the end of a wonderful day here at the Southern Business School, Bulfees in Porterville, the 150th year of Porterville, we want to just say congratulations to probably one of the heartbroken guys here on the field today, Reinhard Mouton, the SBS man of the match. You get the man of the match medal from Chris. Thank you so much for your wonderful work. And as we have you here, it must be really heartbreaking for you guys in it all game and then just at the end to let it slip.
Ja, wat meneer, so hard werk deur die week, meneer, om die game aan die einde van te verloor. Maar ek dink die boys het goed gedoen. Ek dink ons het composure gehou op die einde. Ongelukkig nou het ons kon nou die laaste tackle maak waar hulle die wen 3 gedruk het nie. Maar ek dink ons het hulle 'n bietjie teruggesit. Ek dink hierdie mannetjies het nie verwag wat hulle gaan kry nie, maar baie sterkte vir hulle. Ek dink hulle gaan 'n goeie jaar hê en ja, ongelukkig het ons aan hierdie game deurgetrek.
Thank you very much there from the man of the match. And right here next to us here we have the man Chris Vorster. Chris, you guys are Southern Business School. Just tell us a little bit about you and how you got involved in this amazing event as the CEO.
Yes, thank you. What a wonderful weekend. I must congratulate Monnas as well as Boishaai for a wonderful weekend. Really good rugby from yesterday with the under-14s right up to today. We really enjoyed the games. Southern Business School is a private higher education institution offering degrees, diplomas, higher degrees, both distance learning, and we are now also part of Stadio Multiversity, going ahead combining 6 brands into 1 brand and really building a big comprehensive private higher education institution.
So you'll definitely bring aboard some of these boys going into the future.
Oh, definitely. It's our logo, as you can see, it says creating leaders. This is a real honor for us to be part of these tournaments and to see the leaders of the future.
Thank you very much for all your support and supporting amazing schoolboy rugby. As we say goodbye to the Bulfees Porterville, sponsored by SBS.